We are officially live. I can't change this to the YouTube one. Oh, we have it switched over. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just gotta reconnect my AirPods.
Check.
Right. Yep, got you.
All right, we got some music. So I've got it pulled up now where it should be the YouTube. Should be the YouTube comment section. You go over here. Change this to me. Let's see if we're streaming live.
That's what I was about to do.
We are streaming live.
Ooh.
Hey,
See what we got going on over here.
I just sent a message in, a comment. Let's see if it pops up here on our side. Hey, it pops up. All right.
That's where it go.
Well, we need to find something to talk about because if people do join, they're going to want to know what these guys talking about. So, what's a good conversation for us to have, Logan?
What's some things that we've talked about?
I'm going to pull up my
besides
notes.
Everything. Do what?
I'm pulling my notes up, and I'm going to do this right here. All right. What we've got in a possible video is we haven't talked about. Let's talk about the transfer portal. How's that?
Ooh.
I have on here ways to change the transfer portal, and then in parentheses, I've got committable offers. I think one thing that college football is kind of doing that's not good for the game is allowing us to be able to have coaches are constantly trying to do 3 years worth of recruiting. And so it's like we've got kids that are freshmen or sophomores in high school getting official offers from big programs, and it's like, maybe we should slow that down just a bit.
Yeah, it's like with the committable offers thing, you see schools like the big schools mainly like Texas, Alabama, Georgia, you'll see them offer somebody, but then they'll turn around and tell the kid, hey, yeah, you have an offer, but you can't commit unless it's somebody that's at the top of their list. And it's kind of just screwing the kid.
Yeah, so take away uncommittable offers. I like the sound of that because really when it comes to the uncommittable offer, I mean, I get why they do it. Like, you want a guy and you want to send him an offer, but you've got other people higher than him. I understand that, but at the same time, it's if you made it to where if you send an offer and they commit, you've got them unless they decommit. I think that's what would slow down the recruiting process. Give these kids time. I think just do away with early signing period and let them wait it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's just screwing the kids over because I don't like it personally because you have these kids that are excited to get an offer from their favorite school and they can't even commit.
Yeah. I think you're lagging kind of. Oof.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's bad.
It's bad. Am I lagging bad?
No, yours is fine.
That's so weird. You need to look into getting a router that can actually handle a gigabyte speed.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you need to do because you're probably not getting your full speed that you could be getting.
Yeah, and then there's some other things going on, and I just don't. I don't know.
I do kind of like the streaming app. I think it can work well for us. West Virginia is 4th-1. They're going for it from their own 47. It's not even 4th-1. It's 4th and about that far, about average.
About average.
I don't know what I said that. I don't know. Do I want West Virginia to beat this team by double scores? Oh, flag on West Virginia. Delay of game. Oh, they were just trying to get them to jump. They weren't going to go for it. What in the world? Nah, they should have jumped on that.
Oklahoma State only won 58-44.
Wow. Oklahoma State only won 58.
Central Michigan.
They're fraudulent, man. Are you watching this on YouTube?
No, I'm snapping people back.
Oh, hey, that means we have another viewer. Please do us a favor and let us know a question that you have for us in the comment section. Give us something to talk about. Right now, we're just kind of covering this.
If it's who I think it is, they have questions.
Yeah, well, ask us some questions. Right now, we're talking about the transfer portal in college football. Essentially, just saying that we think that if they would slow down the recruiting process, we'd have less kids hitting the portal every single year. Could do us some good.
Yeah, I don't know what as far as they can do for the transfer portal. I mean, I like how it's kind of set up, but then at the same time, I'm like, why are you transferring? This is your 5th school in 3 years.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I feel like, especially if they're going on with the NIL contracts, or if they have NIL deals like through the boosters or whatever,
yeah.
Then there needs to be something to where like, hey, you're gonna stay here at least, just depending on like base like.
Yeah, I almost wonder how they're getting away with transferring so many. Like Brew McCoy went to USC, transferred to Texas, transferred to USC, and now is transferred to Tennessee. It's like, how are you getting away with this?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like the whole Quinn Ewers thing is like, how are you just going to go over there, not even touch the field except for to hand the ball off, and then walk away with $1 million basically, and then just go to Texas?
We've got a comment here from William Barry Decker. It says Baylor sucks. William Barry Decker, I could not agree. Whoa, we didn't even know that.
How did that happen?
That's Is Dylan Gabriel going to have a monster year for OU? And if so, how will the rest of the Big 12 slow him down? Well, Bryce Walker. I don't personally think Dylan Gabriel is going to have a monster year. When he played for UCF, every single time he played a Power 5 team, his stats dropped dramatically. I would expect an increase from what he did at UCF just because of the talent that Oklahoma has on the rest of the field. Like the offensive line for Oklahoma is going to be better than what he had at UCF. The receivers are better. The running backs are better. The defense will be better at getting them off the field in better situations. But I'd be surprised if he comes in and does anything near what Baker or Kyler or Jalen Hurts was able to do once they transferred to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan Gabriel is going to be as great at Oklahoma as he was at UCF just because of the competition jump that he is playing against. Like Christian said, we saw how he played against Power 5 opponents, and his stats plummeted hard. Now, he will have better players on his team. He will have a better offensive line, but he's got a defensive-oriented head coach, and I don't know how well that's going to work out for him. If you watched our Big 12 predictions, you know that I have Oklahoma at number 4 this year. But looking at how Oklahoma State just did against Central Michigan, they might switch.
I had Oklahoma at 2, but to be fair, that's partially just because I had Texas at 3, and a lot of it is just I feel like I need to see it before I can put Texas. That I drink the burnt orange Kool-Aid every year, and I get let down every year. So I need I need to
Yeah, I
see
tried
it.
not to last year to drink the green, but whenever we just kept winning, it just got harder and harder for me to not get on the hype train until we played Texas. And then we played Texas, and I was like, I'm not feeling this one. Like,
Yeah.
same thing with TCU. Like, I was stressed out that whole game.
Well, against Baylor, Texas, against everybody, Texas just kind of choked. We had so many of those games. I mean, except for Arkansas. Arkansas beat us the whole game. Where's Texas Tech at on the list? Says Taylor Patterson. So I think I don't know if we had Texas. You had them in ninth.
Yeah, I'm a ninth.
I had them in eighth. Um, I had them at eighth because I think they'll beat Kansas. And well, I was kind of thinking they'd beat West Virginia. I had West Virginia in ninth, but right now West Virginia is up 31-24, number 17 Pitt. Which, to be fair, I don't know why Pitt's ranked that high, losing their starting
Because
quarterback.
of how they were last year.
Yeah, but they lost Kenny Pickett and that's a targeting. They lost Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison, so I highly doubt they're going to be as good. So
I mean, their defense looks pretty solid. Just watching the game, like not amazing, but it's not bad.
right.
But West Virginia's offense kind of looks like they can move down the field so far during this game. They got a couple of running backs that seem explosive. One of them set them up to score twice now that I saw. JT's not doing too bad.
Yeah.
But the other guy, the Pitt quarterback, I forget his name off the top of my head. I don't
Kenny
think
current Slovis or something.
Yeah,
Slovis. He's
he's not
transferred.
playing great, but he's not playing bad either. They both transferred from USC, right?
Correct.
Like, this is Kenny Pickett's third school, and I'm not Kenny Pickett. JT Daniels' third school in 3 or 4 years.
Where was
Just
he
to
at?
go back to what we were talking about.
For just a second. Where did he go first?
USC. They were both there, and then Kenny Pickett's offensive coordinator was their quarterback coach at USC.
I'm trying to figure out how this will look best for these comments, or should we keep throwing them up the way we've been doing? Yeah, I didn't know he ever went to USC, but JT Daniels was good at. I mean, people forget JT Daniels was actually the starter last season for Georgia. He got injured, and that's when Stetson Bennett came in and took over. JT Daniels got healthy, and they had no reason to swap him out because they were winning. So that's really all that went to.
Go Auburn.
Go Auburn. So we haven't talked about Auburn. Can't say it looks better with the comments on the side. Okay, we can. Somebody comment real quick and see if it actually does pop up here. We haven't tried this out yet. But let's get into Auburn. Auburn. Hey, I agree, Taylor. Cool.
I had Barry blocked for 5 minutes.
Do what?
I had Barry blocked from commenting for 5 minutes.
He said Baylor sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Auburn's going to be that great. Auburn has a really tough schedule to their season. I'm going to try to pull that up real quick. I think did they announce their quarterback as TJ Finley? I think they said that Zach Calzada transfer out of A&M is going to end up being their third string, which I was kind of surprised on. But if that's the case, Bo Nix wasn't good. They did good getting rid of Bo Nix. They sent him over to Oregon. I hope he can actually be good for Oregon because I want to see Oregon win this year. But I wouldn't say I have high hopes for the Auburn Tigers. Also, Auburn's a weird team because I don't understand why are they the Tigers, but their thing is Warhawks.
War Eagle.
War Eagle, yeah. We play the Warhawks this week. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch Baylor kill somebody. It's gonna be great.
What's the last one? So the end of Auburn's schedule is like they'll play Georgia, So they'll play LSU and then Georgia and Ole Miss, Arkansas, and then they have kind of layups, possibly a layup in Mississippi State and Western Kentucky, and then they play Alabama. Like the end of it's weird. I could see Auburn starting off like 4-0 and then kind of plummeting. Yeah, we have. What state is Baylor in? Ooh, that's a good question. I might have to throw that to Logan. Maybe Logan knows the answer to that.
I believe it is located in Waco, Texas. Kind of smaller town.
Garbage town.
That's real funny coming from. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Not gonna say that online.
I'll get canceled, man.
Kansas State though. They have Deuce Vaughn. That's about it.
Deuce Vaughn and Adrian Martinez at quarterback. A lot of people are picking them to win. I said freaking Lone Star. What or not Lone Star? What locked it? Picked Kansas State and Baylor to finish number 2 and number 1. That state is Kansas State in. Oof.
English is hard.
English is hard.
But yeah, Deuce Vaughn's gonna have a good year. I don't see them being great like everybody predicts, but I do see Deuce Vaughn carrying them.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Talking about your lag.
Where did I go? No, something popped up. Messed up everything.
At the current moment, it may not seem like a big thing. We got 6 people watching. We got 1 like on the video. If those other 5 people could like this, that would help us out with that algorithm just a little bit. USC is L. I don't think USC is going to be good this year. Adam, is that Oregon, Adam?
Yes.
Yeah. USC is an L. Is that an L for Oregon? Is that what you're saying? USC is one of those teams that a bunch of people are picking to win. I think USC is going to be great on offense. I could see them having a top 10 scoring offense. I think Clay Helton did terrible at recruiting on the defensive side of the ball, so that kind of worries me. I would be surprised if USC is a finished product this year. In the Pac-12, I'd probably pick Utah and Oregon. USC would probably be 3 in the Pac-12. Now, remind me, did the Pac-12 just this season? Is this the first year that they're actually doing divisions and they'll play division leaders against each other, or are they still conference? Boy, you're funny. Did I say that was funny? Hey, Utah's going to win? I think Utah will win the Pac-12. Oregon's good. Oregon has Bo Nix at quarterback worries me a lot about Oregon. Losing Mario Cristobal. He's a good coach. I think he'll be fine in Miami. It's exactly what I told him. Which part?
It's a great question. See what we got going on.
USC beating Oregon. I mean, I think USC could beat Oregon. I don't know as if I'd say they will. Mario Cristobal is a good coach. He's a good recruiter for Oregon as well. He was able to win Kelvin Banks, offensive lineman, over teams like Texas, and then he said it, great recruiter. Maybe, I mean, you know him better than I do. I just follow. I'm a Longhorns fan. I just kind of shallowly follow the rest of college football. So you would know him better.
No, he's not.
I thought Mario Cristobal was pretty good. I guess I was wrong. Why? Are you just upset y'all lost to Utah twice last year?
That's tough.
Do y'all play Utah this year? I don't know how that works. Is it across?
I don't think they have the divisions anymore.
I thought it was that this year was the first time they're doing divisions. Adam, do you know? Or he couldn't produce Justin Herbert. Yeah, but Justin Herbert wouldn't be the first player in college football to be decent and go to the NFL. And like Patrick Mahomes in college wasn't amazing. He had one amazing game against Oklahoma, where him and Baker Mayfield just back to back, but went to the NFL and got coached up. Adam, I need you to answer a question. Is the Pac-12 in divisions now? Zachary Wilson might give y'all like y'all ain't funny. I hope that's not the Zach Wilson that I'm doing. I'm staying there.
The Book of Mormon.
Just kidding. I don't know.
He wasn't great in high school either when I played. Taylor, when did you play against White House? Adam, we're talking about divisions. Like, do they have like a north and a south?
Yeah, are y'all in divisions now? Did y'all cut the Pac-12 in half and have a division schedule, and then the top in each division play for the conference title, or is it just?
I don't think that they have that. I think it's just the top two.
If you remember on Cover 3 podcast when they did their Pac-12 predictions, they cut it in half, or were they saying they cut it in half and there's not divisions, but that's how they're doing it? We've always been Pac South versus Pac North. Utah rules Pac South. Is Iowa State going to upset Baylor? No. They lost Brees Hall and a mediocre Brock Purdy. Iowa State's going to be garbage. I think I had them at like 7 in the Big 12.
I think I have them right above Tech, if I remember right.
Score update real quick. West Virginia and Pitt are tied up at 31 with just over 3 minutes. West Virginia has the ball on their own 40, and you suck, and that's a pick. Logan, did you see that play?
No, I can't watch it. Like, my phone won't let me log into DirecTV.
Sick. He threw a hitch route to his receiver. The receiver goes like this. The ball hits it, goes over his head, gets picked off for 6.
Wow.
And that is why I am of the opinion that I think picks should also be a receiver stat. JT Daniels, I swear, if they cover the spread because of that, I'm going to be mad.
But anyways, Bryce, no. Iowa State has no line on either side of the ball, except I think they have one defensive end that might be decent. But with Baylor bringing back 4 returning starters, and then the guy that stepped up, I just forgot his name, he's good. Like, he played last year. But our lines are just going to kill them in the trenches the whole game.
Yeah. Also, Adam, he said that's why Oregon and Utah played twice last year. To be fair, even without divisions, you can still play twice. Baylor and Oklahoma State played twice last season. I guess though, if you have divisions, there are some teams that even if you make it, you wouldn't play twice because you only get a couple crossovers.
Yeah, but still.
Adam, how you know so much?
I mean, that's like Alabama and Georgia.
Sorry, I just joined. What have I missed? Barry Decker, you missed everything.
Ooh.
Oh, the last show, that's why we did. Got you. I like Oregon. If I got to choose who won the Pac-12 every year, it would be Oregon. I don't know. I've always liked them since they had what's that running back's name? LaMichael James. Is that his name? LaMichael.
I'm not the Oregon super fan.
Come on, Adam. You know the answer. What's that running back's name that y'all had? I don't even know.
I'd love Oregon even more if they just came to the Big 12.
LaMichael Jordan. I have no clue. LaMichael's something with him. I want to call him LaDainian Tomlinson, but I know it's not.
Oregon sucks.
Oregon sucks? Question mark. It's a real question. I mean, they might. I don't think they will, but they might.
Barry, you don't even watch our videos whenever they're posted.
Yeah, Barry, we need y'all to step it up. Just click on the video and leave a comment. Even if you don't watch it. Actually, we need you to watch it. How about that dude Logan? How about him? Solid fella. Mediocre at best. Garbage mailman.
About average.
I'd say. Maybe even more.
I try my best. Oh man, man, oh man. Y'all start asking questions.
Yeah, give us something else to talk about. Right now, they're reviewing something on this West Virginia pit. It's 38-31. I don't know why they're on the field. The videos are less than 40 minutes because we're only allowed to record for 40, and we never get a full 40. They're like 37. Oh, wait, did he say we also had LeGarrette Blunt? I remember LeGarrette Blunt, but what was that? LaMichael something. Can I not scroll down on these comments? Can you scroll down?
You can scroll on the ones on the side.
Oh, let me do it. Oh,
Like the ones that are off
I had it full
where
screen.
they can't see it. Anthony Thomas? Anthony James?
No. Let me look at that.
Thomas was dope. I remember watching his highlights. That dude was nasty. And the Red Sox lost 9-8. I mean, the Rangers lost 9-8. Ooh,
LaMichael
James.
Yeah, LaMichael James, former running back, played college for Oregon, drafted by the 49ers. He was cold in Oregon. He was nice.
Dude, Anthony Thomas was nice. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I used to watch his highlights like in middle school, so like 2 years ago. And that dude was nice.
Middle school, yeah. For those of you who don't know, Logan is 12, actually. Logan's a pretty cool dude. Hey, he appreciates this self-esteem boost, but don't lie.
Don't have to lie. It's all good.
He just honesty is his policy. How many games do you think it'll take Texas to start choking? Well, we play Oklahoma in week 5, so probably about then.
4, 5.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how the beginning of the Alabama game goes.
But we won't choke against Bama. We'll just never. I'm saying maybe week 3. Hey,
UTSA?
you know what? If we come out and lose to UTSA, you'd be right. Barry, what's your favorite team? Talking a lot of smack. I need to talk some smack to you, man.
He doesn't.
He doesn't care about.
You heard what game he told us that he was watching earlier. It was like Lamar and Abilene Christian.
Choking. Hey, Taylor, all I'm asking is put your money.
He's a Tech fan, by the way.
Man. You think we'll choke? All right. Hey, Barry, you too, man. I got $10 on that game. We ain't losing that one. Come on.
Anybody can get it. Didn't you try saying that to me earlier?
What?
Like while we were at work.
Say what?
I said I was just like messing with you about Texas versus ULM. And I think you were like, all right, put your money where your mouth is. Come on. Let's go.
I can only watch what's on ESPN Plus.
Dude,
canceled.
Texas A&M Commerce, it was playing. Probably gone by now. You're welcome, Barry.
Dang, you shared with him, but you made me buy my own subscription last year.
No. I tried to get you to get on mine earlier.
Subscription if you were going to let me use yours.
Do what?
Why would I do that? Why would I waste $15 if you were going to let me use yours? Doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't do that.
But
Logan is essentially 12.
I just tried like last week whenever we were watching week 0.
Were you watching that on ESPN or Fox?
Depends on which game I was watching.
Which game? The Nebraska Northwestern. You're saying that game was on ESPN Plus? You were watching it on Fox? Because it was on Fox. My app kept crashing.
That one was Fox. There's other games on ESPN Plus though. Yeah, living with mommy. Yeah,
living with a mommy. Honestly, my idea is
older than her.
But who's the boss?
No idea. Yeah, I'm 12. I'm 12 with 2 kids. I work for the government.
He the Fed. Speaking of Feds, we are gonna have a episode. It's called the Mailbag. Maybe our thumbnail will be a picture of Logan doing the gritty in his mailman uniform. That'll be
No,
our.
Christian, we need you doing the gritty. That's what we need.
The world does not want to see Christian, white boy Christian, doing the gritty.
Oh man.
This year, Houston starts the season out with a game against who? I think that was one of my picks. They
Arkansas?
play CSA. Now I think Houston
No,
plays.
Cincinnati plays. Yeah, Cincinnati plays Arkansas.
I don't know Houston's schedule. Houston's always decent for a group of 5 school. Houston's always pretty good. I think they'll be fine. What I'm hoping for is that Houston, BYU, Cincinnati, and what's the other one? Is it UCF?
Yeah.
I really hope that they have a really good seasons until they get to
38-31 Pitt, minute and a half left.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10. They're on the 36, on their own 36, so they've got a little ways to go. Tech's got Tyler Stroh. Yeah, he's an Oregon transfer, I believe. I mean, that's pass interference.
Yeah, they also have don't they still have a quarterback battle going on between 3 people?
Who was their quarterback? Was Jared Dagey? No, that was West Virginia's quarterback last year. Who was Tech's quarterback last year?
Is Kansas going to win week 1?
Hey, Taylor Patterson. When Texas played Tech last year, and that can't recall that score. Who was y'all's quarterback last year?
Texas playing Murray State.
Logan, do you remember that score when Texas played Tech last year? It was pretty
70-35 or something like that.
Something like that. Remember who that quarterback was?
Columbia?
Columbia? Sounds semi-familiar, I guess.
They also had, it could have been him or Smith. Donovan Smith.
Is Taylor? Who'd you say was a Tech fan?
Oh, Columbia transferred to Marshall.
Did you say Taylor was a Tech fan?
He doesn't pay much attention.
How did that work? How did you end up as a? Because of Austin. You're
Yeah.
Where's Austin at? Why is Austin not in here?
I have no idea.
All right, we have just a recap. We got 8 people watching and 5 likes. The other 3 people would do us a favor and like it. It really helps get this video pushed out to some more people. And if there's any of y'all that aren't subscribed, if y'all read the little bottom thing that comes out, when we get to 100 subscribers, we are going to do a $25 Amazon gift card. That'll be your best.
Makes big things. So.
You have 1 in 100 chance for those of you like Logan who can't do quick math. That's a whopping 1%.
It's a whopping 1%.
And and West Virginia just got sacked on 1st and 10. That's gonna make it like 1st and 18. Pull up September 24th. Turn them upside down, boy. I'm assuming that's when Texas is that week 4. We play y'all week 4. Hey man, best of luck.
Really?
We're gonna hang 70 again. We ain't worried about nothing. We're worried about one team and one team.
2nd and
Kansas.
23 on the Pitt 35.
If your name's not Kansas, we're not concerned.
Oh wow, bold statement. Now that we actually have a accurate quarterback.
Let's search Texas versus Tech 2021. I just want to look at a stat line, bro. I just.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What did Xavier Worthy do? Bijan 18 carries for 137, average 7.6. Xavier Worthy 5 for 103 touchdowns. Jordan Whittington 5 for a 93 and a touchdown.
That's like 100 more than what Bijan had against Baylor.
Yeah, Logan. Actually, it's like 98 more. Who do y'all think battles Natty this year? Wild guess. Bama.
It depends on if they come out with that new
That won't be
playoff
this
format.
year. That won't get for this season. Dang it, that was our chance.
For real.
I
Now
think
in the second round.
if I had to guess, it's probably going to be Bama and Ohio State who battle it out. Georgia probably be in the last year homie gain and lost players. See if it be the same this year. Hey man, you're right.
Texas gained a whole lot of power.
You're right.
Granted, one of them got arrested, but
yeah, one of them got arrested. He'll be back by then. Ajay Hall will be back.
maybe.
Here's the thing that I'd be more worried for y'all if we still had Isaiah Nayor. If I was y'all, I'm just telling your safeties back up another 3 or 4 yards.
It's going straight over the top every time.
We've got 2 offensive linemen. They're freshmen. They'll probably be starting this year, and a lot of people look at that and say that they like that. That helps y'all. I'm just saying when you've got guys coming in that are 6'5", 330, 340, those are SEC type guys. Those are big dudes. So yeah, they may be kind of raw as far as talent so far in college, but they're big, they're strong. Hey man, all I'm asking for you, Taylor. Whenever that week happens and we go live after that game, all I want is be the bigger man and come on here and tell me I was right.
Bro, Tyree Wilson is going to give you hits on the edge.
Yeah, Tyree Wilson probably he'll be the one I'm worried about. But here's the thing: I tell you what, Taylor, if I'm wrong, if y'all beat us, I'll be the bigger man. I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna shout you out and tell you I was wrong.
Dude, if that happens, Christian to the crowd.
If that happens, y'all can just go ahead and unsubscribe. Channel's over. Delete it. Scratch. I'm sorry, man. Wasted your time.
The only acceptable loss will be to Kansas.
That you won't live stream cover the game. I won't.
That's a copyright issue.
I'll be at work. So I only get 3 Saturdays off during the football season, and I'm going to be off this Saturday. I'm willing to bet money I got to work the next 2. So
I bet I don't get one chance to go to a Baylor football game.
I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, I'm not going to get one chance to go to a game this year, and it's great.
Hey, you're going to get the flu, and you're going to be able to go watch Oklahoma State and Baylor. I'll be right back.
Oh, y'all go ahead and talk all y'all's mess while he's gone. Oh, he might be back. And I got stagnant fast. Oh, you don't have to show the game, just commentate it. Yeah. The only way we'd be able to do that is if it's a night game. And you drink Pepsi Lead now.
I can tell you personally, that's a life.
It scared me. I can tell you personally.
Was that a catch? No. I'll touch the ground. If they roll that a catch, West Virginia has the ball at like the 2-yard line, 1.5 yards maybe.
Oh, was it 4th and 16?
Are you ahead of me?
No.
I'm live.
I'm literally just looking.
First down play.
That.
I mean, so here's the thing. I think they changed the rules now where the ball can touch the ground as long as it doesn't, like if it hits your glove and then touches the ground, as long as it doesn't wobble, they count it as a catch. Is that accurate?
Maybe.
If that's the case, then they might call that a catch. I wouldn't. I think the rule should be if the ball touches the ground.
Have latency.
Wow. That's JT Daniels second. There's a reason he transferred.
that he wasn't going to get playing time at Georgia.
You don't have to show the game, just commentate it. Listen, hey, Taylor, here's the thing. The bad quality of me is I'm too confident in the Texas Longhorns. So if you're trying to put $10 on the game, just let me know. We're trying to lose $10 that week.
I should have took those odds last year.
My wife won't get paid to the end of September, so I need a quick buck anyways.
Got to have something coming in, man.
For real, man.
I saw something that Pitt leads this rivalry by like 20. It's like 40 something to 66.
Logan will cover it. Logan's going to
Nope.
cover you. Logan's
No,
going to pay that 10 piece?
I think not.
No,
I buy
man.
him lunch sometimes. It's fine.
You done got voluntold. Logan makes enough money anyways. God.
I don't make no kind of money. Logan's got 2 kids.
Right.
1st and 10. Pittsburgh with the ball game.
Bro, I don't know. Yeah. Dang it. They covered the spread because of that pick 6.
It was a pick 6.
I told you the receiver had it and it hit us off his hands and went behind him and got pick 6.
Did I just win that spread? Yes.
Won that one. Dang it, man.
Wait, what was it? 3?
Yeah, it was like a 3-point spread. You won it. I'm not mad that Pittsburgh win. I was kind of rooting for West Virginia to win, not because of the loss, but because West Virginia being ranked higher when Baylor and Texas play them benefits us if we win.
My question is: does Pitt kneel, or do they go for a bomb?
No, they kneel it. They already took 1-0. West Virginia wasted a timeout. I don't even know why you call a timeout. 20 seconds. That was
Just 22 seconds. It's game.
If it ain't going to be Tech, Ohio State. What do you mean, Taylor? If what ain't going to be Tech, it'll be Ohio State.
Man, who do I think is playing in Natty this year?
Talk about the national championship? Is that earlier? Didn't he ask who we think will be in the?
Yeah, Adam asked that earlier.
Who do you think it'll be, Logan? I said Bama and Ohio State.
Who do I think it'll be, or who do I want it to be?
Who do you want it to be realistically? How about that? Don't say baby. Don't be an idiot.
I know. You don't know, bro. Blake Shapen's winning the Heisman this year.
Blake Shapen's trying to win a conference.
Oh, man. I want it to be Utah and somebody.
Really? I don't think Utah's got the team to do it, but that would be a dope one. I like Utah. I mean, what I've learned is in the last 2 years, I started watching more college football. I started listening to a lot of college football podcasts, and I realized that I like a lot of teams. I just only care about my day depends on how that game goes is just Texas. Oh boy, what does that say? What about Joe? Hey Taylor, who is Joe?
I think Utah and Georgia would be a dope matchup just because I think that's the best chance for Utah to win.
No,
I want to, dude.
It's gonna be
No, hear me out. I want Notre Dame to somehow.
Joe, mama, whoa, got me. Darn, I fell for that. I can't believe it.
I want Notre Dame to squeeze into the 3 pick.
I want a Notre Dame
just so they.
Because both of those teams always choke in big games, so who can choke the worst?
I want to see Notre Dame get donkey stomped.
Yes, Bryce, there's a lot of bad days. I'm a Dallas Cowboy, Saints, and Longhorn fan. I haven't had a good football season in my life. Okay, my life, Bryce. That's how nobody can ever call me a bandwagon.
Drew Brees won a ring. Didn't he?
I wasn't a Saints fan. I didn't become a Saints fan until I got
married.
Sydney. Yeah. Sydney made me a Saints fan. So Since I've liked the Saints, I've gone through like a
Jameis
year
Winston.
of Drew Brees and Jameis Winston having a season where he threw 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Army versus Air Force. Who y'all got? I don't know who I'd pick to win that game, but I don't care what the over under is on the total points.
Under.
I'm taking the under. Any service academy game, yeah, they're handing the ball off a million times. That's the fastest game. If you ever want to go to a quick game, go to the Army and Air Force game. If I had to
Bro,
choose who I think will win, probably Army. But I think
Army crushed an Air Force helmet with a tank.
I think Air Force has doper. The Air Force jerseys are kind of clean, but I think
Yeah,
Army will probably win the game. Sydney just got home.
Did you see that video of Army literally running over the Air Force helmet with a tank?
I haven't seen that, no.
Dude, I doubt I'll be able to find it again, but it was hilarious.
Logan, you want to take this Zachary Wilson comment? You want to handle that one?
What about Ben Dover? Oh!
Got him.
Is that the quarterback from New Mexico?
It's probably just a bunch of Logan's friends asking this question. I didn't put him anywhere.
Oh, man.
So we started this stream at 36 subscribers. We're up to 39. That's pretty good. I like that.
Hey, I like it. That's it.
That's so.
Oh, man. What we got? Yep.
So I need you to go.
For the win. 56 yards.
I'm watching the
56.
Penn State game right now. There's 10 minutes left in the fourth. Penn State's up 24.
How much?
28-24. Pretty close, actually. I don't care who wins. I'm probably rooting for Penn State, but I wouldn't mind Purdue winning just because Drew Brees went to Purdue.
How high do y'all have LSU?
So here's a deal, Taylor. And wait, who'd you say Taylor was for? Tech?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's what it used to be. I don't think he really cares too much now.
So we were gonna drop an LSU season prediction video. The problem is we started this channel like 2 weeks before college football. We just don't have time, chances at LSU, but we didn't really have time to do all the ideas that we had. And considering how much we've actually been recording, we've tried to get as what we can. I think LSU will be okay. I wouldn't have them. They're in the SEC West, I think. I'd probably have Bama, Arkansas, A&M, and then maybe LSU right there.
I think they'll have a good 7-5 record. Just give them one more win than last year.
Well, they've gone worse than 7-5 back-to-back years, so I don't know if I'd give them 7-5 yet. I'd 6-6. Let's give them a bowl game, maybe 7-6 if they get a good bowl. Bowl dub.
They'll get like the Texas Outback Bowl or something random.
Chance is an LSU fan. Is that Chance is his girl, right?
Yes. Why do I keep? Oh. But yeah, LSU has a new coach this year. Not exactly sure who it is.
LSU would be better if they kept Max Johnson just because of his name.
Or Dave Aranda.
They'd have won every game on the season. Start Max Johnson.
Dave Aranda. I just now heard what you said.
Transferred to A&M. He's not going to start at A&M either. Haynes King will start there, but I had a buddy.
I think Oklahoma has a better backup quarterback than their starter in General Booty.
Oh, General Booty out of TJC.
TJC. Yeah. TJC transfer and legend General Booty.
Honestly, if Oklahoma doesn't find a way to get him in a game, Purdue just scored a touchdown to take the lead with 8.5 minutes on a big play.
I'll be right
back. Do you have any Smarties, Logan? Logan just stepped away from the camera. Any Smarties? I can tell you one thing. There's one thing I know about Logan Patterson. He's not very smart. So I'd bet he's not eating any Smarties because that'd have made him smarter for sure. Um, Finishing up on LSU, I think with LSU, the one cool thing about them is that it's like I think there's a stat that says they're the best team in college football for in-state recruiting. There's no school in college football that maintains as high a percentage of in-state recruits, and Louisiana is a really good state for recruits. So, what's the biggest blowout in NCAA football history? Well, I don't know what the biggest blowout is, but I think it'll be whatever the biggest blowout in NCAA football history was. I think there'll be a new game this year that's the biggest blowout, and that's September 24th when Texas beats Texas Tech somewhere around 100 and some odd number to 0. That'll be my prediction. Y'all can catch us on that video for the pregame.
I'm kind of interested to see what the biggest blowout was, to be honest.
220 to 0. That's probably a Texas and Tech game. Here's the thing, Taylor, is I actually don't have – I've only got one thing against Texas Tech. Tech versus Texas. I've only got one thing against Texas Tech, and it's that Michael Crabtree catch. And if you're a real Texas Tech fan, you know what I'm talking about.
Dude, that was Georgia Tech versus Cumberland College in 1916.
Real quick, I'm going to put it real quick into this. Hey, Taylor Patterson, I'm going to ask you a question real quick. Do you know what the all-time record of Texas versus Texas Tech is? Fun fact, the all-time record for Texas versus Texas Tech is a whopping 54 to 17. Texas has won. We're currently on a 4-game win streak. We've won.
Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, the largest margin of victory was 58 to 7. All-time win record. Logan knows what this Winsipedia looks like. Does it show up on here? Kinda, not really. If you see all those orange markers on one side, that means Texas blows Tech out of the water on every single category. I have some respect for Texas Tech. I root for them sometimes because I've got an uncle that went to Texas Tech.
It is.
Yeah, it is a little bit behind if you're watching on.
What? I was going to be an asshole and call you while you're on. Oh.
Hey. No worries about the past, only the future. Taylor, I like it. I like that mindset because the Snow U leaves and y'all get the Big 12 becomes a Group of 5 program. Hey, maybe y'all.
Hey. You shut your mouth.
I don't hate Tech. Hey, okay, Taylor. To be fair, I doubt you watched the video. You need to go back, rewatch, or watch for the first time the Big 12 season 1 or season predictions part 1. I gave Texas Tech credit for not their team, but their helmets. Those Texas flag helmets y'all got, they are nice. That's what I like Texas Tech for.
Dude, their blackouts are dope.
That's what they wear. It's the all black unis with the black and Texas flag helmet. That's clean. Super clean.
I want Baylor to bring back their old blackouts.
Yeah. I want to see Texas Tech and their blackout jerseys against Texas in their icy whites. That's what I want to see. I think that'd be dope. Zachary says, "Hey, how you doing?"
We're doing great, Zach. How you doing?
Is that a how you doing or a how you doing? I don't know how friends are. Do you know what that's off of, Logan? How you doing?
How
Yeah.
you doing?
No,
Is
yeah, I
that
don't know.
exclusive? Nah, bro, you gotta go watch Norbit.
How old
That's
is
what I
Taylor?
know that off of. Taylor's older than you.
He's older than I. He might know then. That's good. Let me know if y'all know what that's off of.
I know it off of Norbit.
No. If you know what it's off of, you would know what it's off. There's only one character in any film that says "How you doing?" like that.
Is that off of Friends?
There you go. I probably
Oh, I
told you.
forgot his name. Joey.
I probably told you that already.
Joey.
Because you asked me, "How you doing, buddy?" Oh, I'm on kick.
How you doing?
146.8 million budget football program versus a 20. Yeah, man, that does make a difference.
Whenever you're funded by the state and you're not a private university.
Is Texas Tech ain't private, are they?
No, I was just talking about Baylor.
Hey, man, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The money does matter. The question
Whenever
is,
the money is
why are
funded
we
straight
getting
to
100?
Texas.
Here's the thing. Why are we getting 146 and y'all are getting 20?
Just our little crybabies. They'll say, "Oh, we want our own network."
Hold up.
Network
Don't make me
sucks.
get into the history of why we got Longhorn work. Don't make me do it, Logan.
And that's why A&M left, because they're a bunch of baby backs.
That is also true. We get that much money because we're a bigger brand. Like, people care about us. I mean, I'm not gonna apologize for that. It's not my place to apologize.
See, the thing is, though, is that all this stuff don't matter, because, I mean, look at Baylor. Baylor's got 3 Big 12 championships in the past 8 years.
No.
I swear, Christian.
Y'all got a tie with TCU in 2014. Don't
Who
claim
won
it.
head-to-head? Who won head-to-head?
That don't
Who won
matter.
head-to-head? How? How does that not matter?
Because Texas missed out on a national championship game, even though we beat Oklahoma head to head, and they still chose Oklahoma to go.
That's because they did a stupid computer system. We had a stupid Big 12 commissioner. We had a stupid person. Y'all had a stupid computer.
Make the cap even across. I would love to do that. Honestly, that's fine. There's no. Listen, here's the deal. When you're talking about a brand, you can make the cap even. You're talking about a brand here. People want to go to Texas. Nobody wants to go to Tech. Nobody cares about Lubbock. I'm sorry. I had a pastor once tell me they went to Haiti. He was wearing a Texas Longhorn shirt, and a Haitian kid said Texas Longhorns. All it had was the Longhorn logo, not the word Texas, Longhorn logo, and he said Texas. It's a brand. It's worldwide. It would change things. It wouldn't change that. It would change some other things, but Texas is a national brand, man. Baylor would probably benefit off of that more than Lubbock or Texas Tech would. I think Baylor, if they quit being private, I think Baylor could probably be a real contending school.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
No, it won't.
Honestly, I don't think our President Livingstone would want to even think about doing that, because that would make so many people mad. And then again, being a private school, I don't think that really protects you under, like, being able to pray during class and everything else necessarily.
You don't want to go public.
Yeah,
You lose too many things that make it great. Taylor, I don't want you to feel like I hate Texas Tech. I really don't. Texas Tech has cool traditions. They have cool color schemes.
black.
Yes, I'm talking crap. If Texas and Texas Tech didn't play each other every year, I'd probably root for a team like the Red Raiders. It's really just because we play. I got to talk my crap. That's all it is. Other than that, when y'all play all your non-con games, I'll root for Tech. Just like I was rooting for West Virginia against Pitt, just because I want y'all to win.
Wasn't. Like, I just wanted West Virginia to lose. Just because I picked.
Because I need Texas and Baylor to have as many ranked opponents
wins.
as can. That way,
I mean, it doesn't matter for Notre Dame.
because they make shirts for bowl game, and the loser shirts are donated to the Hades. Wow. No, that's a real interesting comment. It's not true. I'm not saying it's not true.
I forgot that they do stuff like that.
Here's the thing. All I guess I need to know is Texas the only school that does it? You're telling me no other college is doing that?
No, it's everybody, but I mean, I don't
Also,
know.
Hades or Haiti? I'm sorry. One of those is
Wait a minute.
one of those is the country, and one of those is the.
It's a bad place. I think Austin knows the difference
Yeah, I'd imagine.
from personal experience.
It's okay. Spelling is hard. It's harder when you're a Baylor fan.
Yeah, they do it for everybody. Like Gonzaga probably had like 50,000 shirts sent to Hades after they lost to Baylor in the national championship.
What are you talking about?
Nothing Christian. You wouldn't understand.
Basketball, bro. If you don't quit talking about it. Nobody
I
cares
was
about
just,
basketball,
dude,
Logan.
I was literally just saying what he said.
Austin.
Like, I was
Hey, you
just
know what? Me
giving an
too. I deliver packages to the wrong address all the time. I think I am dyslexic.
over and over and over again.
That's not true. It's not over and over.
How many times did you miss a package today, Christian?
It's a difference between missing a package and having to go back and deliver it and delivering it to the wrong address. I missed like 3 today, but I didn't deliver none of them to the wrong address. I don't know. I think I did. I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
I did that like on, what day was that? Tuesday. I delivered like one over here and then the other one over here, and then they were supposed to switch. It was great.
It seems like there's just a couple houses on my that I can't figure out. Just a little update. We are up to 40 subscribers. We have gained 4 subscribers during this. I like it.
Wow.
Awesome. Austin. So you're a Baylor fan also. One of these days, we're going to have Austin come on and join us for a call, make a video. I'd like to hear what he has to say about the Baylor Bears. Is he a Denver?
We got 6 people watching, only 2 are commenting. What is up with that?
Yeah, come on. The other 6 people, let us know some questions. Nobody likes the post office employees. Logan gets it. Hang on. While we're on live internet, the post office is a great place of employment. I'd recommend every single person. Go and apply. Really great benefits, great opportunities.
It's great benefits after you've been there for 2 years.
Yeah, you can move up into management real quick. And
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Logan, you got any Smarties though?
No. Why would I have Smarties?
Slang for drugs. I knew it.
Probably.
Mom. Oh yeah, I did know that. Your mom wants.
Same with TT.
There is a joke. That is a joke, actually. I have a buddy that every time he sees somebody wearing a Texas Tech shirt, he says, "Hey," he goes and talks to him and says, "Hey, you know, you got a little bit of TT on your shirt."
That's not what Taylor was referring to. Oh, the great establishment of Texas Tires. Dude, I found the one in Waco on accident. Like, we drove past it almost every day, and I was like, hey, I'm at the transfer there.
Oh, he's talking about how great of a employment opportunity.
Oh, yeah. He loves it.
Honestly,
speaking
of, y'all go to UPS.gov, apply for Jacksonville Post Office. We need some help.
Yes, we need the help, please. It's a great work environment. Very caring management. Very understanding.
Please. Good man. Texas Tech is home of the Red Rash. Wow. Yeah, I could have used you like 4 or 5 minutes ago, man. I appreciate you dropping in, helping us out.
You're welcome.
I'm over here trying to support the Baylor Bears. Y'all don't. Austin, you would appreciate this. I would say Logan. I would have never guessed that there'd be another Big 12 team that I'd actually root for over this
Oh
period
yeah.
of time.
Oh yeah.
Logan
You're
has made.
welcome.
Now, I've told Logan before, though, I will actively root against Baylor, against
If it
Texas.
hurts.
But anytime there's any game that has Texas Big 12 implications, I'll be rooting against that.
Wow, Taylor. Yeah,
Uh,
Bryce, I got you. I'll go ahead and send you the link. Let me make sure it's posted.
I doubt it. They just took it down a couple days ago.
USPS.gov/careers. See what we got going on over here.
Can y'all hear this music?
Yeah,
I know
I
you.
can.
Can they hear it? It's supposed to just be like
Postal inspectors.
Logan's
I want
got
to be a postal inspector.
something blowing or something.
No, that's my fan deciding it wants to go stupid
Fan on what?
on the computer. It's not appreciating. What to know before applying?
What's a what?
What to know before applying? Hey, look, Alaska. I heard they got nice summers down there.
Stop it.
I wonder if
What's what for applying? Mr. Postman. Which one?
Hey, wait a
You want the
minute.
good one or do you want Logan?
Hey.
You want the good mailman or Logan? Which one do you want?
The good one. Postmaster relief.
We would turn you into a Baylor fan, yet I turned Logan from the Steelers. Logan used to be a Steelers fan?
I told you that. Whenever they
What
had
an
Palomalu and
What
Hines
an
Ward,
idiot. What a loser. But yeah, okay, here's the thing, though. It's easy to turn Logan from a Steelers to a Broncos. It should be, honestly, well, I would say if Logan wasn't such a follower and wants to hate the Cowboys just because everybody else does,
the Cowboys actually suck.
let's just be realistic. If you live in the state of Texas and the team you're rooting for isn't in the state of Texas, you're questionable. Okay? Exactly. He's a bandwagon. Exactly. He rooted for the Broncos and just so happened to win a Super Bowl
Keyword.
recently.
Keyword.
Go ahead, say it.
Was.
Okay, and yet the Broncos just so happened to win a Super Bowl recently. Sounds like he might still be on.
Recently was like 2015. That was 7 years
Okay.
ago, my boy. I guess recent. I guess you can say recently because
14
y'all
Baylor
lost like 20,
like Big
24
12.
years since y'all made it.
Hey, don't say y'all. Saints are my number one team. I hate the Cowboys for the same reason I hate the Aggies, the fans. I've got 1,000,001 reasons why I hate the Aggies.
Not Christian. Austin, aren't you going to Texas A&M Corpus Christi?
Oof.
Hey,
Big
speaking of A&M, you want to go be a city carrier in College Station?
No, I don't want to be a city carrier.
Bryce, since you just bought a house, there's an opening down in Beaumont and South Houston. I want to go there. That sounds fun and safe.
I go to Del Mar.
Oh, you were talking about going there. Gotcha. I'm trying to be a
Bet, hit me up. Bryce really trying to go work for the Postal Service?
No, he's not. He makes too good of money where he's at. I'm trying to be a postmaster relief. I'm tired of this place. I love my job.
What about Tech versus Mississippi?
Tech isn't playing Ole Miss.
Not Ole Miss, Mississippi. Probably Mississippi State. Is there a Mississippi? Or is there just Mississippi State?
No, that's Ole Miss.
Why would he? If he was thinking Ole Miss, he probably would have typed out Ole Miss, right? Does Tech play Ole Miss?
I don't think so.
No, it's going to the A&M for nuclear engineering. Stupid. Yeah, Logan, what an idiot.
Sorry. Forgot you wanted to blow stuff up. Tech plays Murray State.
Yeah, Okay, here's the thing,
When
Taylor.
do they play Mississippi State?
Off the top of my dome, I'm gonna take Mississippi State. Now let me tell you why. It's not because I'm hating on Tech.
When do they play Mississippi State?
Well, hang on, look, I'm about to find out.
They play Houston week 2 and then NC State. And they play Texas.
Oh yeah, they don't play Mississippi State.
Oh, Liberty Bowl?
Here's what I'll say. I'm not hating on Tech. I'd be picking Mississippi State for that game. Without knowing anything, I really don't know nothing about them.
Go Bulldogs.
It's just because I'm about to make all of y'all, anybody who likes the Big 12, including myself, cringe. SEC, it just means more.
Tell that to Ole Miss last year.
Ole Miss team that had players sitting out? Okay, tell them, I guess.
What, their second and third stringers?
No, they had starters sitting out, my boy.
Who?
I don't remember. I'm not an Ole Miss fan or a Mississippi State.
Exactly, they suck. If they were good, you would know.
Hearing about it.
You know their quarterback, don't you?
Matt Corral got hurt. Y'all beat their backup quarterback.
Yeah, he got hurt in the first quarter.
Okay, so y'all beat their backup quarterback. Congratulations, Logan.
Because he's a little baby back, and he's gonna be a bust in the NFL.
Baby back?
Because our defense is just that cold.
Is that what it is?
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
What? Actually, you know what? What's going on here? Captions. Bruh. Yeah.
Is that not on the whole time?
Nope. But we just had somebody go follow us, so that's good. We were winning that game either way.
Exactly.
Really? Hold up.
Who?
No. No. I'm pulling up the box score because I remember Logan was at my house. We watched that game together, and I remember that game was very defensively heavy. And you're telling me that y'all's defense would have held up. Now y'all won 21-7. It was 7-7 going into the fourth quarter. So, Jackson State would walk all over Texas. Hey, Bryce Walker, you know what? I can't say put some money on it because
Austin was at that game, bro. He tried to invite me, but I was going to your house and I couldn't get away from him.
You telling me
that's a far drive to New Orleans.
Oh, actually, I remember that. I remember you telling me he was going to that and you were trying to get. But be honest, do you have more fun at my house or in New Orleans?
Your house was pretty dope.
That was not a good day for you, and you know it.
It's all good.
Yeah, here's the thing, Austin. 7-7 going into the fourth quarter. I have to believe if Matt Corral was playing that whole game, it would have been different.
What would he have done? Scrambled for 15 more yards?
Hang on, let me tell you. All right. Well, let's see. Their backup quarterback threw 2 interceptions. Our defense was a beast, plus we were a fourth quarter team. Hear me out, Austin. Here's the thing. I feel like I'm being attacked right now, and I get it. I'm a Longhorn fan. I'm used to that. I'm not
because you're hating on Baylor. Yes, you are.
Did I not just say that I'm more of a Baylor fan now than I've ever been?
Yeah, but you're hating on Baylor now.
I'm not hating on Baylor. Okay, Logan, do me a favor. Week 2, ask me who I think is Texas or Bama going to win. Ask me. Just go ahead. Ask me real quick.
Who's going to win? Texas,
Bama's going to win. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hating on Texas. I'm just saying, if you look at the game, you look at the players, you look at the situation, I think if that's a regular season game or a game with playoff implications and all of the Ole Miss players play and Matt Corral didn't get hurt.
You might not be hating on Baylor, but we are a big fourth quarter team and we would have won that game either way. Our defense was nasty.
Your defense was. I'm not taking that away. Jalen Petrie, is that his name? He was dope. Didn't give up a touchdown all season. Terrell Bernard, he was dope. Like your defense was nasty.
So how would we lose that game then?
Because Matt Corral was a good quarterback, and their backup quarterback came in and only in 3 quarters only threw for 174 yards and 2 interceptions. You're telling me Matt Corral couldn't have done any better than that? Here's the thing: their backup quarterback threw 2 picks, and y'all only won by 2 possessions. That means y'all either capitalize on both of those and won by those 2 possessions, or you didn't capitalize on all of them, or maybe just one of them. But they're without watching the game.
Pretty sure Gary Bohannon played that game.
Gary Bohannon did. And you know what he did? He went 7 for 17, 40 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. It was Abram Smith. Abram Smith had 25 carries, 172 yards, 6.9. That's pretty. That's
We won with our backup quarterback.
Gary Bohannon was your starter.
No. Listen, who won the starting game?
No, you don't get to come out now and say that was your backup. No. Logan, stop.
Who should have been the backup?
Don't worry about all your friends watching right now. Just think in the back of your head. Was that my starter or is that our backup?
Yeah, that was our starter.
Okay.
Should he have played that game? No.
Logan,
you and me, injury for 5
you and me had the conversation at work on whether or not Blake Shapen or Gary Bohannon should be the starter. And you right there gave me good reasons for why each of them could have been the starter. Don't backtrack now.
Because what did I say about Gary Bohannon?
Pretend right now
what did I say about him? What did I say?
Right now, I want you to pretend Gary Bohannon is watching this stream. Go ahead, talk crap.
He's mobile. He's a great leader. He's not accurate.
Okay.
Obviously, we saw that against TCU. 20-yard line. Pick.
Okay, that was his fault, but that's Gary. That's Dave Aranda's fault.
He shouldn't have thrown the ball. Dude, it was 1st and 10.
You should have been running the ball. You're winning. And late in the fourth.
He should have took off with it instead of throwing it right to the defense. He's not like he's a great leader, right?
All right, I'm hearing a lot of was good. He wasn't even doing anything when he was in. He didn't throw a pick in the bowl game too. He wasn't the better quarterback on our roster, but yes, he was starting at the time. Okay, here's the thing. This is what I'll say. And Austin, if you haven't watched the quarterback video that we have on Baylor in Texas, go watch it. I'm going to give a little preview. Y'all should stream.
Taylor, that's illegal.
Could we though? If it's on our lunch break, we could. I think.
Maybe. We won't be able to do that until we get 1,000 subscribers. So y'all better go tell people to subscribe.
Yeah, we have to get to that. We have to get to. No, I think we
no,
only
it's
have
50. It's 50.
Yeah.
Here's us 10 more subscribers.
Austin, you're not wrong. Okay. Well, I don't think you're wrong. Blake Shapen finished the season last year with a 71.9% completion percentage, but on only like 86 passes. In my personal opinion, I do think Blake Shapen is the better quarterback. But I can't, off of 86 attempts, I can't say, oh, well, Blake Shapen is this extremely accurate quarterback. Do I think he is? Yes. We're going to find out this year. Tyquan Thornton's gone. We're going to find out if Baylor, is Amari or Armani Winfield, is he going to be able to step up and get open? Your offensive line should be pretty good. Apparently, Squirrel Williams isn't going to be a running back. I don't really know what that's all.
No, they're just waiting for BYU on him.
Got you. All I'm hearing right now is he was too much of a running quarterback. But in college football, that's what you want. In college football,
it helps. But then again, whenever he's
3, Marcus Mariota, Vince Young, Cam Newton, Patrick Mahomes, Johnny Manziel, in college, Lamar Jackson. In college football, there is no such thing as too much of a running quarterback.
Yeah, whenever you're good at it, though.
We draft fast receivers for a running quarterback. I don't know, man.
My thing is with Gary Bohannon, yes, he's mobile, but he runs at the wrong times. There was a lot of times where somebody's wide open downfield and he just, I'm tucking and run because he knows he can't get it there.
Look, here's the thing. I think you're right. That's the thing. I'm not trying to not trying to hate on Baylor. Y'all are teaming up on me like I'm hating on Baylor. I'm not. I'm rooting for Baylor. But I find it, I just, hey, all I'm saying, Texas, we had a bad season last year. And I'm willing to admit some of that. I'm gonna need y'all to take a little bit of credit here. I just think it's very interesting to just act like if Ole Miss didn't have Matt Corral the whole game, or they didn't, if they did have Matt Corral the whole game, that y'all would have done to them what y'all did. I just don't know. That's different. It's like saying, okay, let me ask you this, Logan. In 2009, if Colt McCoy doesn't get hurt in the national championship,
Yeah, I was 7 years old.
but you know the storyline, right? If Colt McCoy he got hurt on the first offensive drive of the game, I believe, in the Natty against Bama, and we lose in a close-ish game. So if Texas still had their starting quarterback, does that not give them a better chance to win? We almost won with backup.
You cannot compare Colt
Gilbert.
McCoy to Matt Corral, dude.
It's not. I'm not saying that, but okay, that would say I'm assuming Baylor is Bama. I'm saying you can't play a team where their starting quarterback gets hurt, a starting quarterback of actual quality who got drafted, and say that they were exactly the same team without that guy. That's what you're saying to me right now.
I mean, we lost to Oklahoma State with Gary, but we beat them with Blake.
Well,
Who all did we beat with?
Let's talk about that game then. You lost to Oklahoma State with Gary. By how much? One possession. That's a called a toss-up game for a reason. That's a coin flip. Played again with Gary. You could win. And you won with Blake by how much? By about that far on the goal line.
That's about average. Okay?
That's a lot.
I'd say that's huge.
Game that if you played a game, you could have lost. But I would, if Blake Shapen had gone out there and beat Oklahoma State by 17, then I'd say maybe you have a point. But both games are one possession close games.
Blake Shapen came out in the Big 12 championship, and he is the only quarterback to throw in AT&T Stadium 17 consecutive completions to start off the game.
I remember
everybody.
We were at work that day. We watched that game together.
Yeah.
I know.
Who did he play against?
We watched that game on our lunch break. You remember that, Logan?
Yeah.
I remember on our lunch break, we stopped and watched that.
So he played Kansas State, Tech, and Oklahoma State. Okay, so Oklahoma State's the only competition he had. Dude was 23 for 28.
Logan, I'm not.
That's with taking 5 sacks. Jeez.
Garbage. GAR. He wasn't on point from the little bit of I saw. Who are you talking about, Austin? Who wasn't on point from the little bit you saw?
Anyways, I love Gary Bohannon. He's a great guy. I think he'll do great at USF.
I hope so.
Blake Shapen probably should have started all year. But I feel like it was because that was his freshman year, because that was his red shirt. I don't know. And he wasn't going to be as good of a leader.
Penn State, Kevon Lee just scored a touchdown to take the lead 34-31 with 57 seconds left in the game. They'll kick an extra point to go up 35-31. It's a big miss game.
Well, we only got one person talking in the chat. That could be boring.
Everybody else dipped on out, man. I guess.
3 others.
It says we got 6 people watching. Come on. We need some questions. Ask us. We got college football in 2 days on Saturday. Ask us some questions about those games.
Dude, I can't wait.
Me neither. I really hope. Let's see what the weather's like in Austin on Saturday. It's supposed to rain.
My boy.
That's what he was showing. I took all 3 of those hard hats home to see if it does rain.
Ooh, I get to go watch high school football tomorrow.
Nah, you're gonna be work.
I'm hauling butt to Liberty City after
Dang,
work.
bro. The percentage of rain went down 10%. We're down to 55.
Is it raining tomorrow at work? I didn't
Uh,
take no rain gear with me today.
Jacksonville, Texas. Yeah, there's a 50% chance tomorrow.
I don't see rain.
45 on Saturday, 30 Sunday. Bro, I think we're out of the heat.
Stop! Don't say that.
Bro, look at this. It's going to rain every day this week. 84, 87, 85, 83, 84, 85, 82, 83, 84.
Oh, I thought you meant like we were getting back to the heat. I hope we're out,
We're out of the heat. I think we are.
dude. I
It's
hope
into
so.
September. Usually the end of September is when it starts cooling down. West Russ better show up tomorrow or no reason to come. LOL. Is Bryce, is he the one that plays for West Russ?
No, no. This is the one that was trying to get me a job elsewhere.
Oh, hey, Bryce, quit
No,
it.
Braden is the one that plays.
He ain't leaving the United States Postal Service. It's a good job. Nobody leaves
I
that job.
love my job.
Once you get a job with the United States Postal Service, you sign a contract that you die with the United States Postal
I'm
Service.
actually in my 90-day probation,
No, you're
so
not.
we'll see if I make it through again.
You will. And once you get out of the next one, bro, some money from there. You get raises.
Do I have to go through 3 months of probation again?
I think so. Yeah.
They're gonna fire me right before I go PTO. Okay, Oregon, Georgia, who winning? Georgia.
Ooh. So here's the thing. You going to bed? Love you. Uh.
Is that spicy Italian?
Uh. Oregon and Georgia. Who is winning? So
Bro,
here's the thing. Okay,
bro.
here's the problem. I did ask y'all to ask us questions about current games. The problem is that's one of our games that we have on our Lone Star Locks week 1. I'll tell y'all because there's only 6 people watching. This is I don't know who did you pick, Logan. You picked Georgia to cover. It's a 17-point spread. You picked Georgia.
Yeah, I picked Georgia, but I really want Bo Nix to go off.
I kind of want next to go off because Auburn was one of those teams that I just don't have a reason to not like, and so I kind of root for. And so now that he's with Oregon, Bo Nix was really bad on the road. He's 0-3 against Georgia, so we'll
Let
see.
me take the next one.
I'll let you take the next one. The Oregon Georgia game, I do think Georgia will win. There's a 17-point spread on that game. In our locks pot, I picked Oregon. I think Oregon can keep it closer than 17. That's a 3-possession game. So I think Georgia will win. It's at home. Like I said, Bo Nix is 0-3 against the Dogs. So I'm going to pick Georgia, but I don't think they'll cover the spread. So I guess technically that means I'm picking Oregon, but not to win. That's just on the spread. So yeah, Logan, what do you think about the Notre Dame and Ohio State game? I do have a little stat to throw in at the end of that. I'm gonna let you talk, but I got enough on this.
Ohio State is going to murder Notre Dame. Notre Dame is severely overhyped. I can't name anybody on their team. They play one hard team a year. They lost to Cincinnati last year for one. They schedule so easy. Just because they're an independent, they can schedule whoever they want, whenever they want. And that's why they always end up ranked over Baylor. Every time we get close. They have that one loss to a team that they shouldn't have lost to, Cincinnati. And then they're like, oh yeah, they're right here. Baylor's the next best team right here. And it is so.
I think Ohio State will cover. I don't remember the spread on that one, but I think as well, like 13 or something. The thing is in the stat I couldn't find it, but in the stat I saw Notre Dame against top 5 opponents, they're 2-20 in their last 22 matchups.
Because they're not good.
I'm taking the Buckeyes all day.
I mean, they're good, but they're not great. Like everybody hypes them up to be because they're independent.
Brian Kelly dipped out to LSU, so that kind of hurts them.
Yeah. You want to take this one? I want to jump in on this one.
Yeah, Oregon upset, and yes, Notre Dame not doing nothing. I tell you what, Austin, I would love an Oregon upset.
Dude, same.
I I wouldn't call it, but I'd love an Oregon upset. Cincinnati and Arkansas. That's number 23 Cincinnati at number 16 Arkansas. There's a spread on that. It's only 6.
17, I think.
No, it was 6. It was
No,
an
I'm talking
Arkansas.
about the Arkansas rank.
Oh yeah, they might be 17, but the spread is 6. I'd almost put money that Arkansas wins by at least like 15, 16. I'd take that all day. Cincinnati's not going to be good. They're only ranked high because they made playoffs last year. They lost their quarterback. That was what made them.
They lost Sauce Gardner, so their corners aren't going to be as great. I don't know who they have coming up. Don't know who their starting quarterback's going to be. I want Cincinnati to be pretty good because I want them to be able to be consistent whenever they get to the Big 12. And being in the Big 12 will help. I feel like they've always recruited pretty decent to be a Group of 5 school. Same thing with Houston, just because of where they're at. Arkansas is going to kill them.
Yeah, I like Arkansas.
The trenches and their quarterback, nasty.
And Casey Jefferson's not nasty as a quarterback, but he can run pretty good. I like
which I don't know if Cincinnati has the defensive line to get pressure this year. I don't know who all they returned. But anyways, I think Arkansas is going to win that one pretty convincingly. And Zach, we are not talking about the Packers.
I don't even know who they play week 1. If they play the Cowboys, they're going to lose. If they play anybody else, they might win. Or the Saints.
The Broncos have the Seahawks. That'll be a nice little.
I think they pull it off. Oregon's defense has been pretty good last couple of years. I think they hold up. Hey, you're not wrong.
I think their linebackers are dope.
I was going to say, Logan was telling me what you told him about Justin Flo and that other linebacker.
That's Adam that was telling me that.
Oh, yeah, their linebacker. Oh, yeah, Austin's the bailiff. Oregon's defense is pretty good. The problem is Georgia's defense last year was extremely good. I know they lost a lot to the draft, but when you have a team that good, your 2 deep is going to be pretty solid anyways. And I also think Stetson Bennett he already won a natty another year under his belt as a starting quarterback in college football. I think Oregon's defense, like I said, I'm picking Georgia to win if on an even table, but against the 17-point spread is where I have Oregon. So I think Oregon can keep it close.
It also hurts that it's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Where is
in Atlanta? No,
was it Saints in Mercedes-Benz? It just changed to the Caesar Dome.
No, it was just like the Superdome or something.
Were they?
Mercedes is the Falcons.
Yeah,
it's in Atlanta.
Okay,
that's why I picked up.
Travel across the country, all the way. Where are you going?
I just gotta stand up. I've been sitting down for so long. I just had to stand up for a second.
I think they are too young of a D for the first game of the season.
He said bro's tripping.
Bro's tripping. On what, Braden?
Probably about West Rust.
Ohio what?
Miami?
Yeah. Not the Ohio. Ohio, Miami. That's who we're talking about.
Ohio University. No, it's Miami. Is it Miami, Ohio, or is it Ohio? No, yeah, it's Miami.
Oh, it's Miami, Ohio.
Zach Wilson?
Hide your mom. Everybody's mom. Hide. Virginia, stay in the house.
Put your teeth in.
She ain't got no fake ones. She got them real 3 ones.
Austin was talking about Ohio State's defense.
Oh, y'all don't think? Oh, wait.
No, bro. Notre Dame isn't good. They're not good.
Who's the Notre Dame quarterback anyway? Here's the thing. Ohio State defense, I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from. The problem is Jackson Smith and Jigba is better than Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. Even with those, he had better stats. Another year for C. Stroud. Ohio State's offense is going to probably be the number 1 or number 2 team in the country for points per game. And Ryan Day stated that all they need is a top 10 defense, and they'll probably win a natty. I don't think they even need that to beat Notre Dame. I bet if they had a top 25 defense, which shouldn't be tough for them, they'll beat Notre Dame. They're so close, though.
I was just looking into the camera. I had something to say. Oh, man, the quarterback's Manti Te'o's girlfriend.
Oh! Got him. Ayo sus, BRB.
Boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
Man, this live chat's really not too shabby. I mean, we got a little setup here with the pictures, stuff scrolling. I mean, Georgia, I'm watching a movie, a bit distracted. You think Georgia's defense is going to be too young to stop Oregon's offense?
Didn't they lose 8 to the draft? They had like 8 drafted in the first couple rounds.
Yeah, here's the thing: is I think with a team like that, though,
you're gonna have depth. You're in the SEC.
You're in the SEC. You have depth. You're putting together. I mean, you've got probably Georgia's 2 deep could probably start on most of the country's starting defense. So yeah, they'll be young, but Kirby Smart's a good coach. I'm sure he's preparing those guys to be able to be ready for big games. But
doesn't Ohio State have a new coordinator?
Ohio State has a new defensive coordinator.
Defense from Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Are we calling Albany upsetting Baylor? Absolutely. Y'all go watch the Baylor and Albany pregame show. Me and Logan both actually picked the Albany upset. So big shockers at the end of that video. Off the movie, pay attention in church.
Welcome to our just slipped my mind. Oh, our chapel.
Oh wait, you're calling this church? Absolutely not. This is way
no.
Church.
We're not very good pastors. Well, Christian is. I'm not.
Maybe be a pastor. I don't know. The Lord calls me to it. We'll find out.
Look how big Luca's head was. Leave him alone. It's that from his Uncle Christian.
I love Luca, dude. I need you to bring him over more. I love that kid.
He just terrorized the cats.
He did terrorize the cats, but he was fun.
No, the water bottle.
They're thinking about jumping on top of this counter, and I'm gonna go smack.
Austin, we just talked about Cincinnati, Arkansas. Cincinnati does not have a quarterback that will be able to fill the shoes of Desmond Ridder. They also.
Are y'all going to do a post game after the Michigan State game? No, not tomorrow. We're not. Michigan's
Christian's going to be out of town.
Yeah, I don't know what time the game is tomorrow. I'll be in Austin tomorrow. I've actually got some tickets to the Texas and ULM game. We probably won't do any post games for anybody except Texas and Baylor. We might do one for Michigan, Miami, Oregon.
I have a Baylor commit that I kind of want to talk to after a game.
If you can get any Baylor commit on, that'd be great.
If I could get that happening, I bet I could. I might be able to swing that. I doubt it, but I mean, we see how that's been going with the people that I have contact with.
Yeah,
that are Division I athletes.
Look.
At Tyree Wilson, at Caleb Medford.
You keep this thing going for just a second.
At DJ Allen. Who was the other one? Forgot their names. Keandre Miller. At all of them. Try to get them on the pod. LSU. LSU's got a new coach. They had a pretty good recruiting class last year, if I believe, but they're not going to come in and start. Most of them aren't, anyways. I want to talk about Baylor having a true freshman starting at safety. Is it just me, or is that like kind of scares me a little bit? But it is against Albany, so if he plays too bad the first couple of weeks, then they'll just yank him. What do we got going on here? What I want to know is why did Austin, I don't know if you know anything about this, but that Kyan Roberts Day, he was a defensive lineman, I believe, but we changed him over to like tight end. And then I saw a video of him practicing at running back, and he's not on the depth chart at all. I don't know what's going on with that. And I don't like it because that's a big dude. Baylor's depth chart looking at week 1. Hall Presley, Seth Jones, Monterey Baldwin. Bunch of young dudes. They're all sophomores. And then Galvin Holmes coming in at slot. That's, I believe, our only senior this year. Yeah, that's our only senior at receiver. So we need him to step up, be a really vocal leader. Monty Winfield, Javon Gibson, Elijah Bean, Jordan Neighbors, Josh Cameron. I'm excited about our receiving group for the next couple of years. I don't see Elijah Bean on the depth chart either for some reason, unless he's hurt. I'm excited about our team the next coming years. We got a lot of young talent coming in. Trying to get our line. We got a bunch of big linemen coming in too. Nobody said anything about Baylor. I just wanted to talk about their depth charts that they released a little bit, by the way. I want to see Kyron Jones come in against Albany. I want to see him ball, bro. Bills, Rams, week 1.
We need 5 Bills. Ooh, that's gonna be a good matchup.
Who's Richard Reese?
Who's who?
Richard Reese? Oh, that's a running back. Freshman.
Penny for your thoughts, Bills, Rams. Bills defense improved with the addition of Von Miller. Rams technically defensive loss. Rams got Odell out. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey against Stephon Diggs, Dustin Ross. I'd probably lean towards the Bills in that game. Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's a better talented quarterback than Matthew Stafford.
Diggs is still at the Bills, right?
Yeah. Got him on a fantasy team. Let's go.
They might be picking up Odell here soon.
The Bills?
Von Miller's been trying to recruit him for the longest.
Well, he's hurt. New Orleans at Atlanta. Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? I got the Saints all day. Marcus Mariota.
I don't even know who started for the Falcons.
Marcus Mariota ain't in the game in 3 or 4 seasons. So
what if they start Desmond Ridder though?
Even better. Jameis Winston had surgery on his eyes, Logan. He can see now. He knows what team he's throwing the ball to. Gosh.
Put Taysom Hill in. That Wyoming boy. That one, the only Wyoming player to do anything.
Ooh.
Please tell Matthew and Tommy that I said that. Josh Allen.
The only Wyoming player to do anything?
Yep.
I guess Isaiah Nayor doesn't count as Wyoming because he transferred.
Nope. It's not where he graduated from. Why don't we have Josh White starting at Jack? I want to see Josh White play. He's a third-string middle linebacker, according to this depth chart. I'm excited, dude. I want to see this Devin Lemire kid play, the freshman. He's a redshirt freshman. So he's been in the program for a year. I want to see him play.
Hey, Logan, do us a favor. Post on your Snapchat again that we're live. we can get anybody else in here.
Christian Morgan. I'm excited about him. I'm really excited about Al Walcott starting at the Star. Excited.
Saturday on Fox, we got UTEP at Oklahoma. I'm going to take the University of Texas El Paso. Oklahoma
I tried
ranked.
to say y'all come join the live, and it auto-corrected. Y'all come join the live.
Yo. Dude, bro, college football is in full force now. I love it. Sadly, Chiefs probably winning out. Chiefs versus Cards. Chiefs are not going to win out.
They got the Broncos twice, my boys.
Oh, winning.
2 L's.
I read winning out.
Oh, yeah, I saw win out too.
Chiefs versus Cards. I'm kind of suspect on the Chiefs offense without Tyreek. The Cards offense without D-Hop.
Chelsea's going to have a career high year.
UTSA versus Texas. Bryce.
What do you say?
UTS versus Texas. Here's the deal, Bryce.
Me.
I'd be lying if I said there's not a little bit of concern in my heart about that game.
That's not a bad team.
Here's my
I believe
prediction.
their head coach is from Big Sandy.
Here's my prediction. If Texas loses to Alabama, which they will, Texas will beat UTSA. If Texas beats Alabama, Texas will lose to UTSA. We will not. We will have the. It's like that year Texas was unranked. We played Notre Dame week 1. They were number 10 in the country. We beat them. We were then in week 2. We were number 10, and then we lost to some unranked team, probably BYU. I don't know, UTSA. UTSA is coming off of a hot season. I don't know what they lost or gained, maintained. I don't know. Problem is your definition of a hot season. UTSA is coming off a hot season in a group of 5. There's a big difference in group of 5 and Power 5. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Let's see what UTSA did last year in their conference. They were good. I know they finished the season ranked.
My boy Mayfield Jr.
What?
My boy Mayfield Jr. coming
For
off
them,
hot.
yeah, absolutely. For UTSA, it was definitely hot. The question is, though, is a hot UTSA good enough to beat a bad Texas? I
That's a
doubt.
great question.
Just real quick, let's go over their stats, kind of like we would in a pregame, which we'll do in a pregame again. Oh, dang. Okay, so actually, not bad. Quarterback had almost 3,200 yards.
Is he coming back?
Is he? That's what I was about to say. Yeah, he'll be a senior this year. 27 touchdowns and 6 picks. That's pretty solid. Running back averaged 5 for 15 touchdowns. Receiver, they had a receiver over 1,000 for 12 and 800 for 6, 700 for 7. Defensively, sacks, they had 33 and 12 interceptions. Now, let's look at their schedules. Here's the problem. UTSA had a great season last year for them, but they're playing Army. They'll probably lose to Army. Texas Southern, MTSU, Western Kentucky, FIU, North Texas, UAB, Louisiana Tech, Rice, UTEP. Yeah, they had a really good season last year. Their games are just too weak. Like if Texas played this exact same schedule, they're going undefeated. So, maybe Houston could be this. We probably drop.
So.
We might drop one game. We lost to Kansas last year, so
what's good with Oklahoma this year with our head coach gone? It's a good question. Y'all's defense will get better eventually.
Is that somebody you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead and take this one, Logan. Take it. What do you think about Mr. Water Hose fully inserted, blowing and going?
Marrying young men and everything. I don't think he'll have a good year 1. I mean, look at how Steve Sarkisian did. Look at how Dave Aranda did year 1. The Big 12 is better than what it was. Like, than what a lot of people think. it's a lot tougher at the top for sure. I think Oklahoma will be top half easily. Just because the bottom half is bad. Well, West Virginia didn't look terrible tonight.
I think our Big 12 prediction video is far enough in the past. You can go ahead and tell them where you had Oklahoma.
Yeah, I had Oklahoma at 4. Yeah, 4. If K-State is as good as everybody seems to think they are, which I don't, they could slip to 5.
5, right?
Yeah. But Dylan Gabriel, he's coming from Group of 5. Don't think he's going to play great in the Big 12 because our defenses are a lot stronger than what he's used to. And whenever he played against Power 5 competition last year, his stats dropped bad. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Oklahoma lost a lot of people to USC. In my opinion, Lincoln Riley was doing some shady stuff that he shouldn't have been doing as far as recruiting players to USC, especially like even commits, like freshmen, like incoming freshmen. You can't tell me that he played no part in recruiting for USC, or USC didn't say, hey, by the way, we're getting Lincoln Riley before they announced it. Dude, I saw that. It was weird.
Real quick on Oklahoma. Yeah, they lost 2 5-star quarterbacks, one to South Carolina, one to USC. They lost their tight end to South Carolina, a 5-star receiver to USC. They lost their defensive coordinator, their offensive coordinator, technically head coach. And now Brent Venables comes in. He's a defensive coordinator and a head coach. Here's the thing: is there's really only one. Off the top of my head, there's only one coach that's a defensive-minded coach that's really, really good, and that's Nick Saban. It's going to be hard for Dave Aranda's defensive coach.
Dave Aranda's dope. Yeah,
okay. I said really, really good. Not really good.
He was a DC at LSU when they won.
I said really, really good.
That is really, really good. Man's dope.
Dave Aranda does not qualify for really, really good yet. He's making his way there. Okay, hang on. If we're gonna put it into a category of a coach that's really, really good, Nick Saban is there with 7 natties. Dave Aranda isn't there with 0. Hang on, let me finish. Let me finish. No. Dylan Gabriel's stats dropped off big time when he played Power 5. I think Oklahoma's going to be good. Logan had them at 4. I actually had them making the Big 12 champ game playing against Baylor. I had Texas at number 3, Oklahoma State at number 4, and K-State at 5. So I think Oklahoma will be good. Really, the only reason I had Texas at 3 and Oklahoma at 2 is because I said at the beginning, I need to see it to believe it. I think Texas should beat Oklahoma. We out recruit Oklahoma every single year. Now with Lincoln Riley gone, y'all are not going. I don't think y'all will be as offensively heavy as y'all usually are, and I think Texas's offense should be pretty stout. Yeah. I think Texas should have won the game last year. Casey Thompson, we saw with him in Nebraska. Now he's just known for choking. It's just is what it is, and I think Oklahoma will have a good season. I don't think they'll have what they're used to. We'll see how that plays out.
I think I had them finishing 8-4.
I had them finishing at 10-2, tiebreaker over Texas and Oklahoma State. Their 2 losses were against Baylor. No, their 2 losses were against Baylor and Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State will beat Oklahoma this year.
Yeah, I put Oklahoma as our 1 loss because it's in Norman, and I feel like we're gonna drop a game, and I put that as our only loss. Transition that into what Bryce said, what's going to be the biggest challenge for Baylor to make it to the playoffs. I think there's 2 of them. Ourselves and
2.
The CFP committee. No, dude. What do you mean?
It's yourselves. If y'all win out, you make it. If you win, if you're 13-0 with a Big 12 champ game, you're making it. Don't even worry about it. CFP committee's not going to keep.
But even if we lose one game,
they put a defeated group of 5 school in. If you're Power 5 and you go undefeated, you're going to make it. Don't worry about it,
dude. If we lose one game, we're out.
Yeah,
that's
because
just how it's going to be.
It's to TCU. Yeah, you don't deserve.
Even if we lose to a good Texas team, we're still not going to get the vote. Notre Dame will get in over us.
And that means Texas probably finished ranked higher than you. Why would you make it?
No, I'm saying, say y'all beat us in the regular season, right? And then we beat you on the Big 12 championship. And then what?
Right. Then it all depends on how the rest of the country shakes out. It's not the committee's fault if Georgia and Alabama are undefeated in the regular season, play against each other in the SEC champ game. They're both going to make it. Doesn't matter who wins, who loses. They're both going to make it. And then you've got the Big Ten where Ohio State's going to run the table. Well, if Michigan and Ohio State run the table and then they play and Ohio State beats Michigan, you're going to tell me that a Michigan one loss to only Ohio State deserves it over or doesn't deserve it over a Baylor school? Yeah, Michigan should put it over Baylor. Austin said Baylor returns some of the least production in the Big 12 at wide receiver.
Yep.
While many believe Blake Shapen is in store for a big year, nobody truly knows whom he will pass the football. I agree. That's what I've been telling Logan. Last year, on a small sample size, Blake Shapen was stupid accurate. Like, he was stupid how accurate he was. The problem was he had a receiver like Tyquan Thornton. The question really is, what receiver can get open? I think where Baylor has the advantage is y'all return a lot of productivity on your offensive line, which gives even your younger receivers the opportunity to hit that double move and get open in some space.
Yeah.
Armani Winfield, I don't think y'all understand just how big of a win that is on y'all. Armani Winfield is somebody who's recruited by Alabama and Texas.
Oh, no, I understand. I understand.
Like, that's a big win for y'all. So he's going to be that guy. I don't know if he'll be that guy this year, but he's going to be that guy. He's going to be somebody who can get open. So although I do think y'all are losing a lot, the question becomes, can y'all do it this season, or is maybe this season, call it your reloading season, and then next year you can make, because there's a lot where I can see Baylor making Big 12. I could see Baylor losing 2 or 3, 4 games. Like, just being honest, I could see that. Same with Texas. Austin, you make another good point with Ben Sims.
Yeah, Ben Sims is going to go stupid this year.
Is Ben Sims fast, or is he just a normal tight end, like big, tall, strong?
I mean, he's pretty quick for a tight end. I don't know his 40 time off the top of my head.
Let Ben Sims be your big guy. I mean, A&M had a few seasons where Jay Sternberger was like their number one target. That's fine. Let your tight end be the guy. Run the hitch, run the zig, run the out, run the drags. Put them lined up right next to your right tackle, and if you see the defense in cover 2, let him run that seam route and throw the ball across the top. I mean, it's really simple. Blake Shapen's a smart enough quarterback that if he sees the 2 top safeties both go out and up, that seam route should be open. If he sees one stop down, one drop up, and those linebackers, then you're in a cover 3. Don't throw it across the middle. Blake Shapen was too accurate last season to not understand how the coverages in football works.
Yeah.
Run the zig. If you've got the slot, nickel, linebacker, corner, whatever you want to call it, and you've got an outside receiver and he runs that zig, if this guy's dropping down and this guy's following, man, he's following the running back, he's following the outside receiver. Throw the zig. Like, Blake is smart. Dave Aranda is smart. I don't know as if I see Armani Winfield. I could see a season where Ben Sims is y'all's number one guy.
So this is our starters for Albany: Hal Presley, Seth Jones, Monterey Baldwin. Monterey Baldwin's probably the biggest name on that list.
Armani's not even starting?
No, he's right behind Hal Presley. But I'm pretty damn sure that they're gonna share snaps.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the second half, like they'll probably switch out drives like it's the spring game. We didn't get to see much of Armani in the spring game either because I guess they just didn't want to risk anything because they see it like you do, like me and you both do, where he's going to be a big target. Dude's like 6'2". I forget how much he weighs. I think it's like 190. I was listening to a video. They were saying that he's like a balanced receiver. He's not necessarily a speed threat, but if you throw the ball anywhere near him, he's got it. Like, it's going to be his.
Yeah.
Monterey Baldwin, Galvin Holmes, Jordan Neighbors is what's set up to be our slot receivers. Jordan Neighbors is a guy that I told you I'm really excited for. He'll be really good at slot. He's a really quick kid. He's also a freshman. He's third string, but I'm sure he's going to get some snaps Saturday. Um, I'm not seeing Elijah Bean on here for some reason. Don't know what that's all about. And then Javon Gibson, redshirt freshman. He's going to be good. Just like seeing what we saw, or you might not have noticed it, but during the spring game, he had pretty good. He had a lot of pretty good catches. Josh Cameron, freshman. Jonathan Davidson, redshirt sophomore. Don't know that name too well. Need to read up on him a little bit. I think we have a lot of room for growth. I think somebody's going to step up. I think that Galvin Holmes is going to be a really good leader in that receiver room, and I think he has to be. Somebody's got to step up and be vocal.
Yeah, Baylor. Baylor really is one of those teams where when I look at what y'all lost on the offensive line, you didn't lose too much. You lost your best receiver. You lost your top two running backs. There's a point where you could say you lost your starting quarterback / let him go. You lost your linebacker. You lost three defensive back. Like there really is a part of Baylor where I could say, maybe a 7-5 season is not bad for y'all this year.
Yeah.
But then I look at the roster and I look at what's returning for the 5 offensive linemen. Blake Shapen, a really good, accurate quarterback. I watched the spring game. Is it Mick Williams and Squirrel Williams or Mick something?
Taylor Williams.
I can see a lot of talent at the running back position. I think your defensive line is still pretty stout. I have concerns for your middle linebacker. I think your outside linebackers will be fine, and your defensive backs. I have concerns. So I can see where a 7-5 season may not be terrible for y'all this year. It may actually be pretty good, but I can also see where I think Baylor, and I predicted Baylor to make the Big 12 championship game. But from the very jump, I've said that's not necessarily because of the talent on the roster. It's more because of Dave Aranda.
Coaching, yeah.
I
think Dylan Doyle would be fine at middle linebacker. If I'm not mistaken, he had the second most tackles for us last year.
Play last year.
Pull that up real quick. Do what?
Did he play outside backer and he's just moving inside this year?
Yeah. Dave Aranda said that he's going to be a really big key as far as step up, be vocal. Somebody's got to fill the Terrell Bernard.
Or is he a coverage backer?
I think he's more a fill the gap kind of guy.
Gap guy. I mean, that's the problem.
He had 89 tackles last year.
I think a fill the gap kind of guy in the Big 12 is not terrible because there's some good running backs for the fill the gap. The problem is the Big 12 also has some good receivers. Oklahoma has good receivers, TCU, Texas, and so there's going to be a lot of crossing routes, crazy looks, read option where he's going to have to choose: is it pass, is it a run, is it play action? There's going to be I just went blank on what it's called. What is it? The quarterback has the choice to either hand it off or throw it. Yeah, a run pass option. So with the offensive in the Big 12, I kind of worry about if Dylan Doyle really is a more of a run stuff. Here's a Texas question: what do you think of Quinn Ewers, and is he going to be the starter by the end of the season? What do you think about that, Logan?
Where did I go? Oh, all right. Okay. It's tough to say. Hearing the practice reports, it's kind of iffy. I think Quinn Ewers will do pretty good, personally. But practice reports were saying that he threw 2 or 3 picks in one day, but 2 of them were like he was throwing out a sack, and then one of them the receiver tripped or whatever.
I think it was the second scrimmage of fall practice. He threw 2 interceptions. One of them was he was trying to throw the ball way out of sack, threw a pick, and then he threw a pick 6, but he threw the ball to a receiver. The receiver slipped. He was making a move and he slipped, and the ball was where it needed to be. It was actually a really good placement, but because the receiver was on the ground, the defensive back jumped it and took it to the house.
I think that Quinn Ewers has a high ceiling and like an average floor for this season. I think I think he'll be a good quarterback. I don't know about this first year. Like he might need to sit behind Hudson Card for a year, which I don't think that would be a bad option. But personally, that was more like realistically. Personally, I think Quinn Ewers is gonna be good. I think he's gonna be really good.
Quinn Quinn sat last season behind CJ Stroud. I don't think sitting is what he needs. I think he needs game reps.
True.
I got to go with some friends to the state championship game 2 years ago and watch Quinn Ewers in the state championship game against Cade Klubnik. And that was his junior year. He didn't play his senior year of high school. He went straight to college.
Yeah, reclassified.
And you're right, and didn't play. So he hasn't played a meaningful snap in a while.
It's been like 2 years.
It's what benefits us the fact that we get to play ULM week 1. And that's almost why there's a part of me that says he plays every single snap of that game because he needs.
Yeah, he needs snaps under his belt for sure.
I do think Quinn Ewers is going to be the starter at the end of the season. And here's why. I don't know how much you followed Austin. I know you're a Baylor fan. I don't know how much you followed Texas.
He said earlier that he's an
yeah.
average Texas fan, I guess. Not average, but.
So last season, Coach Sark named Hudson Card the starting quarterback. Hudson Card started the season. He played against Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. And then in week 2, he played 2.5 quarters against Arkansas and got yanked for Casey Thompson. If you watch the rest of that season, then you know one thing and one thing only. Coach Sark did not trust Hudson Card the rest of that season. The only time he played is when Casey Thompson got hurt. But that being said, I think that translated to this season. I don't think when you look at Coach Sark, you see a quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer is what they call him. He's a coach that coached for USC with Matt Leinart and Carson Palmer. When he was at Bama, he helped in the production of Mac Jones. He was a quarterback coach, so even though Bryce Young didn't start while he was there, he was in the quarterback room with him, as well as Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts. So Sark and Coach Jalen Milwee, they have both been quarterback coaches for a while now. So when I look at the season, and I told Logan that I thought Hudson Card would start the season. I thought Hudson Card would start week 1, and just like last season, he'd start week 1, go to Bama, get bent over and smacked, and they would let Hudson Card just take that fat L, and then Quinn Ewers would come in at the end of that game and then start for the rest of the season to help his confidence. That's what I thought would happen. They decided to roll with Quinn. I think that means that Quinn and Hudson are close, and they decided to go with the younger guy. And I like that. I like that decision.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's pretty good, like a good choice. I think Quinn will be able to go in, and if he has to be mobile, he can be. And I think that he's smart enough to where he'll get down when when he has to get down. Blake Shapen showed us one time last year. He was running on the sideline, decided he didn't want to step out, I guess, and got popped. And he went out for like a play or two. Scared the crap out of me. That's for sure. But that's the thing you got to learn. He was a redshirt freshman last year, taking his first couple of snaps. I mean, you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think Quinn will end up being good. Alabama, that might change some things just because it's the Alabama defense. But then again, Sarkisian might want him to stay in and realize, hey, not everybody's in Monroe. There's going to be good defenses. There's going to be good secondaries in the Big 12. I don't know which ones are going to be the best ones this year. Oklahoma State lost a lot. They lost their defensive coordinator. I think they returned like 4 starters on the defense.
I think Texas defense will get a minor bump with the addition of Gary Patterson. I think he's a good defensive coordinator.
I think y'all's defense will be a lot better than last year.
They can't be much worse.
True. Yeah, that is true.
They were ranked 100. They were 114 in the run defense, so I think they'll be better. Austin posted. He said, "A Longhorns fans should not overlook this game. UTSA is coming off its best season in school history with their first loss of the year coming in North Texas in the final game of the regular season." Austin, I agree. I wouldn't say that it's that I'm overlooking the UTSA game. I do want you to think about what you typed though. They lost to North Texas. Here is a Texas thought. They lost to North Texas. Uh, there's a part of me that's hesitant to say this because if we lose to Texas, I don't want to be on recording saying this. UTSA, if we do lose to UTSA, there's no reason why I copy pasted that. Who is that off? Who's that from? I want to know who did you copy paste that from? Here's the thing. Yes, UTSA had a great season, but we talked about their schedule, and it's not a good schedule. They Texas ought to win that game by 24. Easy. Will they? I don't know. Maybe. I think Texas's offense has the potential. I saw a list today. It was Texas has the sixth most talented roster in all of college football. We should have no problem. We should. Keyword should. I've been a Longhorn fan my whole life, so I understand hurt when it comes to that word should.
Longhorn Nation.
Bryce Walker, are y'all going to do a live stream after this weekend of football with different opinion about who is a real contender in the Big 12 for the national championship?
I don't know if we can look at after this week necessarily. Maybe two.
I would say let us get in 2 or 3 weeks of Big 12 play. So like week 5 or 6.
Even like seeing Baylor versus BYU and Texas versus Alabama could be able to show us a little bit more to where we could be like, okay, this is kind of looking more likely. But for Texas playing Alabama, it's Alabama, and that's a game 2 starter for y'all at that point. So it's a little bit different.
Austin said, y'all low-key have a small quarterback problem. Did you mean to say problem right now? A small quarterback problem right now? Depends on what you mean by a problem.
Put Roschon Johnson in.
I would argue that our quarterback room is pretty great. We have a perfectly rated 1.0 out of high school in Quinn Ewers. We have a highly rated Hudson Card and a once 5-star, but finished the season as a high 4-star rated in Malik Murphy. But small once that situated, y'all pop off a bit. Here's the thing. I think this season, though, Quinn Ewers isn't even the question to ask. I think Quinn Ewers isn't even the real decision maker on this season. We saw Bijan in a press conference. I think told Quinn Ewers, when worst comes to worst, dump the ball off to me. That's what Bijan told Quinn. Bijan is the lead of our offense. Bijan and Xavier Worthy. Quinn this season, he doesn't have the role that quarterbacks like Sam Ehlinger had, where it's like, please come in and save us. Quinn Ewers actually has the opportunity to come in and say, hey, we have a number 1 and number 2 guy. We really just need you to come in, manage the game, develop for a year, dump the ball off to your playmakers, and let's see what this can do. Logan Patterson says, will Gary Patterson help the offensive side of the back at all?
That probably auto-corrected. It's probably supposed to say ball.
Probably.
I had to guess.
If this is the Logan Patterson, I think it is. His IQ is pretty low, so it might not have overcorrected.
It's actually the same as yours.
Is it? Is it? Yep. 75? That's what you got? That's what you were arguing with?
Nope, mine's 115.
No, I don't think Gary Patterson. I think they have him listed as a assistant coach of something, of the head coach.
Ball holder.
Gary Patterson's there for defensive coordinator. There's a lot of people who think that Gary Patterson is our replacement defensive coordinator. If our defense is bad this year, they think we're just going to fire Pete Kwiatkowski and have Gary Patterson as our defensive coordinator. I don't think that's the case because I think Gary spent 22 years as a head coach. I don't think he's looking to be a defensive coach.
I don't think so either.
But at the same time, maybe he is. Maybe he's getting old and he's like, I don't need to be a head coach. Just go to a team like Texas where I can get paid like mad to be a DC assistant.
Yep.
Here's one more. The Longhorns will get their first true road test of the year in week 4 when they head to Lubbock to take on Texas Tech and first-year head coach Joey McGuire. If the Longhorns don't have their quarterback situation figured out by this point in the season, there could be an issue going forward to the season. However, this seems unlikely.
Joey McGuire's a dope offensive coordinator, by the way. I don't think Tech has the targets that, like we talked about before.
Austin, I think we're at the point with Texas now where, let's say Quinn starts and worse comes to worse, and he's not who we were hoping he is, and Hudson Card has to finish out the season. When we look at Hudson Card last year, week 1 against a ranked Louisiana Lafayette that only lost one game last year to Texas, they went 11-1. Hudson Card played really well, and we won that game by almost 20 points. Hudson Card is not a bad quarterback.
Who else did Lafayette play last year?
I mean, they're a group of 5, so I'm not saying
Nobody. Oh,
okay,
Logan.
Let's get into y'all's non-con schedule. Let's see who y'all played versus who we play, okay?
BYU.
Wow. So what I'm trying to say is I think if Hudson Card does have to finish the season off, I don't think that's terrible. I don't think Texas Tech is going to be good. That's not something. Even last year, everybody knows Texas went 5-7. We beat Texas Tech 70-35. There's no other team on our schedule that we played Rice. Anybody, if any of y'all have ever watched the Late Kick Show with Josh Pate, he has one rule in Pate State: don't lose to food. Okay, we beat Rice by a lot, but we still didn't drop 70 on them like we did against Texas Tech. Texas Tech is not good. Yes, it was a home game. Lubbock is a semi-difficult place to go play. They like to throw tortillas at you. Is what it is.
I've never seen that. I've never just seen that happen.
Well, they don't. It's usually it's not. It's usually one of those things. They'll talk about it during the thing. You'll see the people going and picking up the tortillas, but I'm not.
Tortillas are dope.
Joe McGuire. He was. Would you say he was offensive coordinator for Baylor? Is this his first head coaching job?
Yes.
Is this his first year with Tech?
Yes.
All right, expected drop off. Just right off the bat,
where is there to drop besides Kansas?
From last year for Tech? Here's the thing: you go from an offensive coordinator where all you have to do is call plays to a head coach where you have to manage everything. Expect to drop off. Texas Tech won't be the worst team in the Big 12, but they'll be pushing for 8, 9. I actually would love to see a season where Kansas beats Tech and Kansas doesn't finish.
I think I said that might be one of my maybes for Kansas.
That was one of my maybes.
At home.
Kansas. Yeah, my maybe was either Kansas beats Tech or West Virginia. So we've been on here for 2 hours and just under 2 hours and 20 minutes. It looks like Austin pretty much the only person still watching. And Austin, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we appreciate all the comments.
So, Austin, you're available, and we're going to have you on for a Baylor pregame video coming up soon. Maybe next week, maybe within the next couple of weeks if you're available. If there's no other questions, if there's no other questions, pop up here. We do have 3 people watching right now. I would imagine all 3 of those people are people who you know or Logan knows. Uh, hey man, me too. You don't have to even turn your camera on. To be honest with you.
Just put
Uh,
the Baylor picture. It's fine.
yeah, we're about to log off here. It is
I gotta
11.
go. I gotta go edit a little bit. Get some stuff ready to be posted tomorrow.
You gonna edit? Because I was gonna say we get off on the next one.
I don't know if I'll get away with that one. I have to work tomorrow, Christian.
Is he still awake? You don't go to sleep till late anyways. Is he still awake?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me go to bed. You don't have to edit that Texas video. We just go ahead. You should get Matthew on here for Baylor again. You don't even have to. You don't have to edit that Texas video we just shot. Just
Yeah. I know.
I mean, it's not. I just say drop that 7 o'clock in the morning. Let it roll all day. What do we have coming up? Just for the heads up, watching. Y'all, please, the 3 people watching, do us a favor. Hit the notification button.
The
We
breaking news.
realized how important it was to have people who have the notifications on, so when you do post a video, you know, and you can go watch it and like it and comment. Even if your comment isn't a real comment, it doesn't matter. Everything helps with this YouTube algorithm, and that just basically pushes our video towards more people. So if you can, the little bell. I know we sound like those basic YouTubers who's like, yeah, everybody just smash that like. It actually does help. Fun fact, I didn't know. Already did. I did see that you followed on Twitter. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
That Twitter page right now. I think the only thing I don't know if Logan ever logs on to the Twitter. It's really just me. I think the only pages I followed right now are Texas and Baylor, and I really do my best to kind of like and retweet off of both teams. Logan, sometimes you'll send me stuff on my personal Twitter, and I'll just send it to the Lone Star Twitter and then like it so that it'll pop up. So you'll follow it on Twitter. You'll get to see some good Baylor stuff coming on there. But yeah, Austin, man, I appreciate you. I've never met you. I think Logan had you on the phone once, and I got to talk to you for a second. I appreciate you asking us some good questions, keeping this thing going.
Yeah, Austin actually cares about sports.
That's good. That's a channel for you, man. We're working on it. Logan's already upgraded on his camera. I'm working on upgrading my camera and microphone situation. Try to get some better quality stuff.
I got a mouse to help me edit.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to get this thing going. We're in 2.5 weeks. We're up to 40 subscribers. That's probably better than what I would have thought we'd be at. Our videos are averaging somewhere in the
20-ish.
Yeah, I mean we have
The Baylor one got like 18, I think, so far.
18 in one day. That's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
40 subscribers. We are at. Let's see. Check our videos. The Baylor's at 17, 23, 21, 20, 24. So we're getting to the point where I mean, honestly, this is farther than what I thought we'd be in 2 weeks. So I'm excited. I can't wait till we have a real community where we can hop on here live and just have a ton of questions. That's what I want.
As much as I love Austin being on here, I'd like for other people to actually comment real stuff.
I like Austin being
in
here because he's asking questions about a bunch of different schools, so that makes it really enjoyable. Me and Logan we were talking earlier. The monetization part of all this is like not even our biggest concern. We just want to get to the point where we have just a handful of people that can come on here and ask us some questions. We talk about college football 4, 5, 6 hours a day sometimes. And I figured, why the heck not? Why not just hop here and make some?
You need.
No, I don't. I hate football.
If you could give us like 4,000 watch hours and like
we'd appreciate that really. If you
950.
2.5 hours on this stream. If you just rewatch all this tomorrow,
a couple times.
Does all this count towards our if this counts towards our watch hours? Having these 3 people that just watch 2.5 hours worth of
We
this.
should have just put our personals on there. Just watching it.
I had mine on the whole time. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Except
so
for
it's literally Austin and you.
it just dropped from 3 to 2 because I got off.
Oh.
I got you. I'll loop it. Yeah.
Bet.
So we need it's like 1,000. We need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So
Yeah.
even with the watch hours, we got a long road ahead of us on 10
On
devices.
10 devices.
Yeah. The monetization part of it, that comes when it comes. We just want a community where we can get in here talk about football. Austin, I will tell you though, this is what's beneficial. All right, you get to be rock with us from the beginning. Eventually, this channel will have live streams with 100 people in it, and you'll be one of our mods. So you'll get to decide like what stuff is allowed and not allowed. You'll get to decide what comments jump to the top that we get to see. So we'll work on that whenever we get there. So that'll be dope. But
Oh,
all right, I'm gonna work on the intro and then this thing. So what? You're not trying to hop on that Xbox thing?
I gotta get stuff posted.
I mean, I guess.
And then I gotta work.
Say less. I'm kicking all the Aggie fans. Honestly, I'm down for that. We don't even care about the Aggies. I'm actually trying on this channel to not be super negative towards the Aggies. It's hard because in my heart, I just want to be. I do plan. We are kind of covering the Aggies. We've done an Aggie preseason. We'll probably drop an Aggie video when they play Bama. Yeah, they're one big game of the season when they play Bama, and we'll talk about them if anything important happens. But see, before we leave, we'll just change that right there. Baylor sucks. Hook 'em horns. Appreciate y'all.
Wow.
Austin, enjoy that. Won't you do it, Logan? I'm gonna throw that flag out. I'll throw it. I will throw the flag. Do it. Do it. Yeah. All right, man. We'll see y'all later.